What is preventing the police, as far as you understand, from revealing what actually happened?
There are several things. Number one, I believe that they're afraid that because they haven't cracked this case, that there's going to be a horrible blowback. Number two, it's just a preliminary report. The third reason is that the police feel beleaguered at this point, and rightly so, because there's a long history which led up to the feelings that are manifesting today. And this history prevents people from trusting the police. And so when there's no trust, everybody's on the defensive.
Are you fearful that with all the kind of busyness on the part of the police now, with the mayor thanking the Baltimore Police Department for all their solid work of the last 48 hours, that in a way the city is losing sight of the essence of what happened to cause the protests?
Well, I don't think there's a danger that we're going to lose any momentum or the essence in this situation, because the issue is so crystal clear. What happened to Freddie Gray when he was in police custody? How did he go from being a completely functional human being into someone, if he had lived, would have been a quadriplegic? And he died of these horrible injuries, a broken neck and an 80% severed spine. That's not going anywhere. They can throw all the diversions up that they want, but I have absolute confidence in this community that it will not lose focus on this. And there's so many eyes on the ground now. You have cell phone cameras everywhere. So I'm not as afraid about police misconduct in handling the demonstration as I otherwise would have been if we didn't have, say, monitors.
What about this view that the protesters, or the violent protesters, those who've broken windows and thrown rocks at the police, that somehow they've shown so little respect for the rule of law, they can't then turn around and say, well, the rule of law means the police department has to treat us better?
Look, none of us want violence. We don't. But on the other hand, we want to know why there's that violence so we can understand the mentality of these people. You don't call them thugs. These are children. Somebody gave birth to these children and didn't provide them with what they needed to buy into the process that we are all hoping works. And so we have to have empathy for them. We just can't have condemnation of them. And that is not to condone what they do. But these are human beings. There's a reason that they're acting out this way. Does anybody care? Look, the children of this country in the black communities across the country have been horribly neglected, especially by the right wing in this country. They blame the parents for not raising them right. But what do you do about the result? Do you throw the kids on the trash heap like the right wing wants to do? Do you say, well, it's somebody else's problem instead of it being our problem? It's certainly our problem today. And we don't need armchair critics. We need people who are willing to sacrifice some of their time and effort to help these children. And so we need to focus on them as much as we condemn their violence. It's not an excuse to walk away from them. No, we need to embrace these kids and bring them into the rest of the community so that they can function as productive members of society. They're not trash. They're not thugs. They're little people who need help.
Baltimore is a very different city to Ferguson, to North Charleston. It's a big, powerful African-American majority city.
Yes.
If a city like Baltimore can't handle this kind of a problem, where you have like a rogue police force and violence against black kids, how can anywhere else in America expect to deal with those problems?
Well, this is a quality of black leadership issue. And for the first time since I've been in Baltimore, there are forces which are making that quality go from low to medium and hopefully to high. And there are several reasons why the quality of black leadership has not been up to the task so far. One of the major reasons is if being the mayor is viewed as a stepping stone. All of our previous mayors have viewed this as a platform to higher office where there's a different constituency, i.e. white people in rural areas, etc., who've not bought into the problems of Baltimore City. And now we have Stephanie Rawlings, who has a shot at overcoming that. Look, we're rooting for her. We want her to overcome ambitionitis. And it's okay to be ambitious, but not if it sacrifices doing the job.